The silent war on your reality. Imagine this. You wake up one day and start questioning your own thoughts. Not because you've gone crazy, but because someone made you feel that way. They twisted your words, denied things you know happened, and now you're not even sure if your memory can be trusted. This isn't just manipulation. This is gaslighting, a psychological weapon so subtle that by the time you realize what's happening, you're already questioning your own sanity. The scariest part? It's happening everywhere. In relationships, workplaces, friendships, even in families. And most people don't even know they're victims until it's too late. In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull the curtain back on gaslighting, reveal the dark psychology behind it, and most importantly, show you how to break free before it destroys your confidence, your peace, and your sense of self. Stay with me, because what you'll learn today could protect you for life. The hidden pain, why gaslighting hurts more than you think. Gaslighting isn't just about someone lying to you. It's deeper. It's an attack on your reality, your identity, and your ability to trust yourself. When someone gaslights you, they plant seeds of doubt in your mind. They make you second-guess what you saw, what you felt, and even who you are. Slowly, they strip away your confidence until you rely on them for the truth. This is why gaslighting hurts so much, because it doesn't just break trust between you and another person. It breaks trust between you and yourself. And here's the truth no one talks about. Victims of gaslighting often feel ashamed. They ask themselves, how did I let this happen? But let me tell you, it's not your fault. Gaslighting works because it preys on human nature. We all want to believe the people we care about. We all want harmony, not conflict. Manipulators know this, and they use it as a weapon. Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit. What he meant was, your peace depends on your ability to control your interpretation of reality. Gaslighters know this truth and use it against you. They bend your interpretation until you surrender your power. But here's the good news. Once you understand the psychology behind it, you can take your power back. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how. The big promise, what you'll discover today. If you've ever wondered, why do I keep doubting myself? Am I overreacting, or are they really manipulating me? How do I break free from this? Then stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change everything. By the end of this video, you will understand the psychological tricks gaslighters use to control you. Learn why even the smartest people fall for gaslighting, and how to stop it. Discover the exact mindset shifts Stoic philosophers taught that make you immune to this kind of manipulation. Walk away with practical steps to reclaim your power and trust yourself again. Here's the truth. Gaslighting thrives in silence and confusion. The more you understand it, the less control it has over you. And trust me, once you see the playbook, you'll never fall for these tactics again. This isn't just another psychology video. This is your wake-up call. Because the ability to recognize manipulation isn't just about protecting your relationships. It's about protecting your freedom of thought, your peace of mind, and your inner strength. Stay until the end, because the last tip I'm going to share is a game changer. It's something most people never think of, but it's the exact strategy that Stoic leaders use to keep their minds unshakable. How gaslighting works, the silent war for your mind. Gaslighting isn't loud. It's not someone screaming in your face or threatening you outright. It's subtle, calculated, and deeply psychological. Here's the secret. Gaslighters don't want to destroy you physically. They want to break your reality. They want you to question what you see, what you hear, and ultimately, who you are. Because when you no longer trust yourself, guess who you start trusting? Them. The three-step cycle of gaslighting. 1. Denial of reality. They say things like, that never happened. You're imagining things. You're being too sensitive. Slowly, they rewrite the truth, one small detail at a time. 2. Emotional undermining. They make you feel guilty for even questioning them. They might add, why would I lie to you? You know I love you. Now you feel bad for doubting them, even though they just lied. 3. Isolation and dependence. Over time, you start thinking, maybe I really can't trust my memory. So you depend on them to tell you what's real. That's total control. This is psychological warfare. And the worst part? You usually don't realize it's happening until you're deep inside their web. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "If someone can control your mind, they control your life." Gaslighters know this truth better than anyone. But don't worry. In the next section, I'll show you the red flags that reveal when someone is gaslighting you, so you can catch it before it takes over your mind. The red flags of gaslighting you must never ignore. Gaslighting rarely starts big. It begins with tiny cracks in your confidence, so small you don't notice them, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back at you. Let's break down 7 warning signs that someone is gaslighting you. If you notice even 2 or 3 of these, it's time to wake up and protect yourself. 1. Constant denial of facts. You remember something clearly, but they insist that never happened. At first, you doubt them, but after hearing it over and over, you start doubting yourself. 2. They twist your words. You say one thing, but they repeat it back to you in a completely different tone, making you sound unreasonable or cruel. You said, "I need space." They say, "You just told me you hate me." 3. They dismiss your feelings. Whenever you express hurt, anger, or confusion, they respond with, "You're overreacting. You're too sensitive. This isn't about helping you." They want you to stop trusting your emotions. 4. They project their behavior onto you. If they cheat, they accuse you of cheating. If they lie, they accuse you of lying. It's a way of making you feel guilty, so they stay in control. 5. You apologize a lot. You start saying, "I'm sorry," even when you did nothing wrong. You feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. 6. You walk on eggshells. Every conversation feels like a minefield. You're afraid to speak your mind because you know they'll twist it against you. 7. You question your sanity. This is the final stage. You no longer trust your memory, your emotions, or your decisions. You feel lost. Here's the truth. If any of these sound familiar, it's not love. It's not care. It's control. And if you think it can't happen to you, think again. Gaslighters prey on good, intelligent people because they know you'll fight to make things work. Next, we'll uncover the psychological tricks gaslighters use that make even the smartest people fall for it. The psychological tricks gaslighters use to control you. Gaslighting isn't random, it's calculated. The people who use it understand one thing deeply: control begins in the mind. And the tools they use? They're rooted in psychology. Let's pull back the curtain and expose these tricks. 1. Intermittent validation. This is the most dangerous trick. They'll praise you, then tear you down, then praise you again. Why? Because your brain craves that next hit of approval. It works like an addiction. You start thinking, if I just try harder, they'll love me again. This is classic reinforcement psychology. 2. Isolation. They slowly cut you off from friends and family. Not by force, but by planting seeds. Your friends don't really care about you. Your family is jealous of us. The more isolated you are, the more dependent you become on them. 3. Repetition of lies. Psychology proves this. A lie repeated often enough becomes accepted as truth. Gaslighters repeat their version of reality until you surrender and say, "Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're right." 4. Exploiting your empathy. Gaslighters target good people because empathy is their weapon. You want to understand them, forgive them, help them, but they use that kindness to keep you trapped. 5. Fear and guilt conditioning. Every disagreement turns into, "If you leave me, you'll regret it. You're hurting me by not trusting me." This creates a psychological cage where you're afraid to lose them and guilty for standing up for yourself. 6. The silent treatment. Silence is not just silence, it's punishment. Your brain hates uncertainty, so when they withhold affection or attention, you panic. You start begging for their approval, giving them complete power. These tactics work because they rewire your thinking. And the longer you stay, the more you lose yourself. But here's the good news. Once you see the game, you can stop playing it. In the next section, I'll give you a proven framework to break free from gaslighting and reclaim your confidence, starting today. The framework to break free and rebuild your reality. Escaping gaslighting isn't just about walking away. It's about rebuilding your mind, your confidence, and your reality. Here's a proven 3-step framework based on psychology and timeless wisdom. Step 1. Awareness. See the trap for what it is. You can't fight what you can't see. Right now, your reality feels shaky because someone else rewrote it for you. The antidote? Objective observation. Start writing down interactions in a journal. Not your feelings, the facts. Why? Because when you see their words on paper, the illusion breaks. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it, right? Observe. Regain judgment. Step 2. Boundaries. Build an invisible wall of strength. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They're filters to protect your peace. Start with this rule. If someone makes me question my sanity, I step back. No arguments. No justifications. Just distance. And remember, silence can be your superpower too. When they try to pull you into another mind game, don't explain, disconnect. Step 3. Reprogram. Rewrite the script in your head. Gaslighting rewired your brain. Now, you need to overwrite it. How? By affirmations tied to evidence. Example, I am not crazy. My feelings are valid. Back it up with proof. I wrote it down. The facts are there. Your brain starts believing what you repeat with evidence. That's how you take back control. This is not easy. You'll have moments where you want to go back, where you doubt yourself. But every time that happens, remember this. Their power ended the moment you saw the truth. In the next section, we'll go deeper into how to strengthen your mental resilience using Stoic principles, so you never fall for gaslighting again. Building an unshakable mindset with Stoic wisdom. Gaslighting thrives on emotional chaos. If they can make you react, they can make you doubt yourself. That's why the strongest shield you can have isn't anger, revenge, or even avoidance. It's inner calm. And that's where Stoic philosophy comes in. What the Stoics knew about mental freedom. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote in his journal during a time of betrayal and war. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that for a second. When someone gaslights you, they try to make outside events control your mind. They twist your perception, feed you lies, and wait for you to break. But what if you flip the game? What if you decided that nothing they say can enter without your permission? That's Stoicism in action. 3 Stoic practices to armor your mind. 1. The pause before the storm. When they say something that shakes you, don't respond immediately. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this fact or is this opinion? Most of what they say is opinion disguised as truth. This simple pause saves you from emotional hijacking. 2. Control the controllable. You can't control their words. You can't control their lies. But you can control your interpretation. Every time they speak, remember, I'm the gatekeeper of my mind. That gate, it only opens for truth. 3. Negative visualization. Sounds strange, right? But it works. Picture the worst-case scenario. Losing their approval. Losing the relationship, walking away. Then tell yourself, even if this happens, I will still be okay. Suddenly, their power fades because fear fades. Gaslighting loses its grip the moment you stop fearing their disapproval and start valuing your own clarity. That's the Stoic way, calm, clear, unbreakable. In the next section, we'll talk about why people gaslight in the first place and how understanding their motive gives you the ultimate advantage. Why people gaslight, the hidden motives revealed. If you've ever wondered, why would someone do this to me? You're not alone. Gaslighting isn't just a random behavior. It's a strategy. And like any strategy, it has a purpose. The core of gaslighting, control. Gaslighting is not about truth, it's about power. It's a psychological weapon designed to make you doubt yourself so deeply that you rely on them for reality. When you second-guess your own thoughts, who do you turn to for clarity? Them. And that's exactly what they want. The 4 hidden motives of gaslighters. 1. Control over your decisions. When you question your judgment, you stop making independent choices. That makes you easier to manipulate, whether it's for emotional, financial, or social control. 2. Protecting their ego. Some people cannot handle being wrong. Instead of admitting mistakes, they flip the script. Gaslighting becomes a shield for their fragile self-image. 3. Avoiding accountability. Why apologize when you can make someone believe they're the problem? Gaslighting removes responsibility from the manipulator and places it on the victim. 4. Feeding on power. For some, control is addictive. Gaslighting gives them a sense of superiority, like a puppet master pulling strings behind the curtain. Here's the Stoic perspective. Epictetus once said, "When someone is trying to control you, it's because they themselves are a slave to fear, to ego, to insecurity." Gaslighters aren't strong. They're scared. They fear losing you, losing control, or facing their own flaws. Their manipulation is not a reflection of your weakness. It's a reflection of their fear. And when you understand this, something powerful happens. You stop taking it personally. You start seeing the game. And once you see the game, you can choose not to play. In the final section, we'll break down how to rise above gaslighting and reclaim your inner power forever. This is the part that will set you free. Breaking free, the ultimate defense against gaslighting. This is the moment we've been building toward. Because awareness is powerful, but action is freedom. Knowing what gaslighting is will help you identify it. But knowing how to defend against it will help you rise above it. Unshaken, unbroken, unstoppable. Step 1. Anchor yourself to reality. Gaslighters thrive on confusion. So your greatest weapon? Clarity. Start journaling your experiences. Write down conversations, dates, and events. When they say, "That never happened," you'll have written proof. Reality is no longer negotiable. It's recorded. Step 2. Trust your inner compass again. Gaslighting makes you doubt your intuition. But here's a truth that Stoics lived by. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what do I know to be true? That quiet voice inside? It's yours. Start listening to it again. Step 3. Set boundaries without fear. Gaslighters test limits. The more they push, the more they control. Say this out loud. I'm not going to argue about reality. This conversation ends now. It's not about fighting harder. It's about refusing to engage in the game. Step 4. Remove their power. Here's the harsh truth. Sometimes, the ultimate defense is distance. Gaslighting cannot survive without access. If you can't physically leave, create emotional distance. Stop seeking validation from them. Start validating yourself. Step 5. Rebuild your inner strength. Surviving gaslighting can feel like surviving a storm. But storms don't last forever. Read philosophy. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Engage in habits that build mental resilience, meditation, journaling, exercise. Every act of self-care is a declaration. I own my reality. One final truth. Gaslighting is about control. The antidote is self-mastery. When you no longer need someone to define your worth, they lose, and you win. If this video gave you clarity and strength, don't keep it to yourself. Hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and remember, your mind is your kingdom. Guard it like a Stoic warrior.